At a time when Michigan is finally recovering from the economic downturn of the last decade, taxpayers should be asking why they are still expected to pay for such unnecessarily high costs for government construction.
I was shocked to learn how much additional the prevailing wage costs us as taxpayers to build our schools and our public buildings.
Left unchanged since special interests passed it a half a century ago, Michigan's outdated prevailing wage law places our state at a competitive disadvantage. 44 other states either have no prevailing wage or they have made significant reforms to ensure fiscal accountability. Most citizens are unaware that Michigan determines its prevailing wage based exclusively on union collective bargaining agreements without public input or oversight. Given that less than 20% of Michigan's construction workers are affiliated with labor unions, it's especially unfair and costly.
I don't think that the average person really knows that they're paying extra for construction projects done by the government due to this law.
Prevailing wage was a union perk from the 1960s. It's an invisible cost that most taxpayers aren't aware they're paying. Estimates show Michigan could save hundreds of millions of dollars a year on educational construction alone.
As a result of these rules, you could have two similar school districts building the identical building. If one was subject to prevailing wage and one wasn't, on average, the one subject to prevailing wage would cost more. As a result, you would either have higher costs for the same building, or you would have to think about how to scale back the building's materials or size.
Over the last decade, Michigan could have built hundreds of brand new schools with the money that was lost to prevailing wage, and along with that would have come thousands of construction jobs. Michigan could have reinvested in other vital priorities. If you have more money to invest in new construction projects, you're going to see a lot more workers being able to show up every day, put on a hard hat, and go to work building our state.
Taxpayers can't afford bloated price tags for publicly funded construction. Michigan could have built more than 300 brand new, average-sized elementary schools and created thousands of jobs with the money that was spent on prevailing wage over the last 10 years.
Prevailing wage is a taxpayer ripoff that needs to end. It's cost Michigan billions and billions of dollars throughout the years, and we deserve better.
More schools, roads, parks, or even lower taxes. How would you spend the money Michigan could save if prevailing wage didn't weigh it down?